Welcome to this video. I am so happy that you decided to join me here and tune in today because I've got something really important to talk to you about, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Now, if you're new to me, I'm Kim Foster. I'm an MD turned wellness coach and business mentor for health and wellness entrepreneurs. And the question that made me want to create this particular video was this one: what do you value the most in life? And for me, there are a few things that are important, a lot of core values that occupy a top spot in my short list, but really only one thing that stands above all the other things. I'm wondering if you can guess what it is. I'm actually willing to bet that my number one value is the same one that many members of my community would also list as their top value, and maybe you would too. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because many years ago, this core value of mine was under threat big time. And I realized it was because of something that I had done to myself. It was because of a decision that I had made or failed to make, more to the point. But when I finally had my wake-up call, I put into motion an action plan that changed everything. And of course, this isn't just about me. This is about you too, because you may be like me, holding a value as a core part of your being, yet not living in alignment with that core value. But it starts with awareness of unplugging from the matrix, which is what I had to do, and seeing the reality of your situation. So let me tell you a story to explain what I'm talking about. Several years ago, I was working in a clinic in medicine, and every day was completely full of 15-minute appointments. And that was actually a pretty comfortable pace at that point. Many other places that I'd worked scheduled 10-minute appointments or even double booked 10-minute appointments. I'm completely serious. Anyway, the point is that every day was jam-packed, and my 30-minute lunch was at my desk doing paperwork and catching up because, of course, I was always running behind like most doctors are. And it was the winter. Fall and winter, of course, are always busy in a medical clinic because of cold and flu season, and this was pre-pandemic times. But at this point, I had been practicing for many years. I was not a junior doctor. This was just the life of a doctor. And my oldest son had his school Christmas concert the following week. My youngest wasn't in school yet. I have two boys, if you haven't heard me talk about them. So I requested the afternoon off to attend my kids' Christmas concert. I sent the request to the clinic supervisor, and she said no. They couldn't spare me. It was a busy time at the clinic, and they didn't have enough doctors to cover. That was the explanation that I was given. So I had to miss my son's Christmas concert, and I felt like that day I completely woke up and saw the years ahead of me. It was always going to be this way. If I didn't have the autonomy to take a day off now, it was unlikely to change anytime soon. I briefly thought about other places that I could work, but I knew it would be basically the same wherever I went because at this point I'd worked at a lot of different clinics and offices. So I knew how this was going to play out. My boys would be all grown up and I would have missed everything, and I could not let that happen. I needed to figure out a way to be my own boss. I needed to figure out a way to be completely free because I hated that I was being told that I couldn't go to that concert. They might as well have peeled off my skin in strips. It made me so crazy to be told that I couldn't. So you might be thinking at this point that family is my number one core value, and it's true, it's really high up there, but actually my number one core value is freedom. Because in this particular situation, I needed to have the freedom to attend my kids' concert, but at another time, I would need to have the freedom to attend to my own well-being or take time to rest or go to my own medical appointment or whatever without asking permission. Or maybe to have the freedom to work in a particular way or structure the flow of my days in a different way or say yes to certain things or no to other things or whatever it was. And none of those options were available to me at that point. I realized that freedom has always been important to me, yet I suddenly found myself imprisoned in this career that was never going to give me the freedom that I needed and craved. And that realization, that wake-up call, it actually set me on a new path. Like I said, I felt like I unplugged from the matrix at that moment. And I realized that I needed to make a quantum shift. And in fact, I actually did manage to figure out what I needed to do. It didn't happen overnight, but I did manage to create the kind of career that would completely fulfill that bone deep desire for freedom. So, what does life look like for me now? Well, you know I'm a physician, but I don't practice medicine anymore. I now own a thriving lifestyle business as a wellness coach and business mentor. And the career that I created for myself, it provides consistent monthly income that far exceeds what I ever made as a doctor. My career never feels like a drain on my time or my energy, my health, or my motivation, and I absolutely love it, and it lights me up in a way that conventional medicine just never did. And best of all, my new career supports the lifestyle of my dreams and gives me complete and total freedom. You know, I walk my youngest son to school every day, and then after he heads into the school, I go for a run by the ocean, just taking the scenic route home. And then I settle home into my home office and do the work that I absolutely love. The career that I built for myself also allows me to travel and work from wherever. You know, not so much this past year since 2020 was not so great for travel, but in the year before, we spent the entire month in France as a family. But it wasn't a vacation, it was actually while I was there, I was continuing to run my business with ease and taking care of my clients. Now, because of the time difference, most of my clients being in North America, I would spend the bulk of my days with my family hanging out in whichever part of France we were in, going to museums and then hanging out on the beach when we were in the south of France. And then in the late afternoon and evening, I would coach my clients on Zoom, take care of my business. And then after that, I'd go back out with my family for dinner or ice cream, or we'd stroll the cobblestone streets. It was an entire amazing month. We swam in the Mediterranean, we'd have a glass of rosé in the evenings, spend our days exploring and shopping in markets and eating in amazing bistros. It was absolutely incredible, and it was all because I crafted and designed an online coaching business that gave me freedom and fulfillment. And I'm not, of course, telling you this to brag or to make you feel bad. Quite the opposite. It's really to show you what's possible and to tell you that I want this for you too. I am completely convinced that becoming a coach and building an online coaching business, it's the absolute best career for people who value freedom and fulfillment and want that freedom to just work from wherever, whenever it suits them, and to really craft the lifestyle of their dreams. You will simply never have the kind of autonomy in your career that you will have when it's your own business, when you are your own boss. I don't care what other kind of career you're talking about. I had very little freedom in my career in medicine, and I was a physician with seniority, with experience. And to be clear, this is not just something that worked only for me. As a business mentor for my fellow health and wellness coaches for the past few years now, I have seen this happen for so many of my clients. I have helped a lot of women step into an amazing new career as a wellness coach. My clients have moved overseas completely to work from their dream location, selling their houses and following their fantasies. They have left their day jobs, handed in their notices, and become their own boss, which is truly the best thing, especially for women, especially if you've got kids or you want to have kids someday, or if you just have lifestyle dreams and interests that you want to pursue. It is just so hard to fit your life in around the edges of a demanding, inflexible day job. And I really don't think it should be that way, and we no longer have to accept it just because everybody else seems to have accepted it. You can choose a different way. You can choose the road less traveled. That's what I did, and that's what I've helped so many other women to do. And especially if we're talking about wellness coaching, which is going to truly explode as we pull out of this pandemic, this health crisis that has rocked the world. It has been a terrible series of events, but at the same time, it has created so much opportunity in the wellness field. There are going to be so many exciting opportunities in the months and years to come in the wellness sector. Now, you may be sitting there listening to this and thinking, sure, that works for some people, but not for me. Starting your own business is not as secure as a job, as a regular paycheck. And I don't blame you for having that belief, because that's what most people believe and have always believed. But I want you to reflect on what we just went through in 2020 and are still going through. How many people in those secure positions lost their jobs? Their security went out the window very, very quickly. Unfortunately, there is no job security anymore, as scary as that sounds. It's an illusion. The only security is in you, investing in yourself. Rather than devoting yourself to a company that's going to get rid of you if things get tough, invest in yourself. Bank on yourself. Build your skill set, get whatever knowledge or skills you need, and become your own boss. Because when you invest in yourself, nobody can take that away. Like I said, stepping into a career as a coach, building an online coaching business, it's such an amazing opportunity. It totally changed my life, and I have seen it change the lives of so many other women. And I want it for you too, if you want it. If you're willing to step off the conveyor belt of conventional career paths and pursue something you feel truly passionate about and commit to creating true freedom for yourself, then I am here to help you achieve that. Okay, I hope that this has been valuable. I hope that I have opened your eyes to the possibilities here and how your life can change if you make the decision to change it. And that if you value freedom and autonomy and being your own boss and being able to work from wherever, that there is no better career than becoming a coach. And if you want to change people's lives and make a major impact in the world and get on board with the wellness wave that is going to be cresting in 2020 and beyond, then wellness coaching is definitely where you want to be. Now, in a few days' time, I've got another video coming out that picks up where this one leaves off, and here's what I'm going to talk about in that video. I'm going to walk you through my super quick method for how to get started sooner than you ever thought possible. I call it the Spark Launch, the Wellness Coaching Spark Launch, and it's my exact method for how to launch a starter wellness coaching business in 30 days or less. So now I would love to hear from you. Let me know what came up for you after watching this video. What did it make you think about or realize? Did it give you any new insight or any ahas into your own life? Head over to Instagram. You can find me at Dr. Kim Foster and tag me in a post or message me, or on Facebook. I'm also Dr. Kim Foster over there, and I would absolutely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again very soon.